On this video, I will be showing you how I get that cinematic look on the DJI Mini 3 Pro. And at the end, as always, I will give you my personal Luts completely for free. I almost always use Cinelike, which is the flattest profile on this drone. And let me tell you, for such a small drone, the flat profile is just amazing. It grades beautifully. You can really take advantage of the flat profile on this drone. Let's go over now the frame rates I use on this drone. 4K 60 is available, but I almost always use 4K 24. I mean, if I'm intending to do an edit where I'm speed ramping something, then I will use 4K 60. But for normal shots, that smooth cinematic movement, I will always use 4K 24. Always remember to have your shuttle double as your frame rate. So if you're shooting 4K 24, the shutter should be 48. If you're shooting 4K 60, it should be 120. That will give you the motion blur, that cinematic motion blur that we all like. By doing this, more light will get to the sensor, so you will need to use ND filters. I personally like variable ND filters, meaning that you just put one on and you graduate the intensity. Because sometimes when you see the packages, they come variable or single ones. Single ones, you will need to always be changing between them. So I recommend use the variable ND filters. Now let's talk about the best times to shoot to get that cinematic look. I prefer to shoot either sunrise or sunset. That will give you that golden, that glow on your footage. And if you find an ND filter with a mist, I'm not sure if they're available for this drone, but man, if you find those, they're golden. It will give you that glow on the footage, that orange glow. Now let's talk about color. I'm linking down below my personal Luts completely for free. These Luts will do 80% of the job. But keep in mind that after you apply them, you need to color correct because sometimes you will be overexposed, underexposed. There will be times where they will just work like magic. Just put them on and everything is leveled. But most of the time, you will need to put in a little bit of work. You will also have the ability to play around with the intensity of the Luts. One last thing I want to touch on to get that cinematic look is the movement on the drone. This drone has a feature called Spotlight, which I'm always using. So with this feature, the gimbal will lock on a subject and you can just fly freely and it will look like you're following that subject. That will give you that extra edge on your footage, so it's more engaging. This is it for this video. I hope you liked it and learned a ton. Please subscribe, support the channel by liking, commenting, and we'll see you in the next one.